Everyone in the NHL is talking about the hit on Calgary Flames defenseman Chris Wideman on linesman referee Henderson. Let's go over a rule here. Rule 40.2 of the NHL rulebook provides that a player will be suspended a minimum of 20 games if he deliberately strikes an official and causes injury, or who deliberately applies physical force in any manner against an official with intent to injure, or who in any manner attempts to injure an official. That same rule goes on to explain that intent to injure means applying physical force a player knew or ought to have known could reasonably result in injury. Now, furthermore, it also states there's a second part of that says that deals with non-intentional aggressive contact. The second part states a minimum of 10 games for aggressive contact of non-malicious intent. Minimum. Just want to give you my thoughts on this, and NHL is really a buzz as to that hit, and when you look at it, it was brutal, it was vicious. I don't know really how you could defend it in any way. Listen, let's take everything into consideration of that play into consideration. Wideman was leveled. He was clearly dazed, or at least I thought he was dazed. However, that does not excuse his behavior. This isn't as open and shut as it seems. A 20-game suspension is what the NHL calls for, and it should be implemented, whether it was purposely done or not. And honestly, a board of safety really needs to investigate. Listen, but if he was woozy, kind of got the idea that he was woozy, but you can't be 100% positive the way that play worked. And if you look at that video, look at it this way: he played his position and defended the Pred player flying at him with the puck. He was pissed because he got smoked in the corner. He hits his stick on the ice with one hand, then brings it up with both hands and hits Henderson. Put him in the stands without pay. Listen, whether he was woozy or not, he still had the wherewithal to go through all of that motion. He shook his head for like 2 strides. Then he had his head up, lined the ref up while looking right at him, and extended his arms a bit. Stop. How can you defend this? You can't. You cannot. It was very vicious. Listen, NHL official aside, if he had a defenseless player without the puck like this, he would be gone, suspended. If he was that woozy, he would have put his arms up in a carrying motion and been hit in a protective manner. This is blatant. He could have even said, listen, I didn't realize who it was. I was so woozy, I just hit the next target inside. I'm sorry, yada, yada, yada. Accept the full responsibility. But no, he is done. And if there is no serious discipline, action, that says a lot, and it's not right at all. So there's really no way you could excuse Wideman for what happened on Henderson. Just some of my thoughts. Hope all is well. Check out that video. It's brutal.